All right, thanks for dropping by. Gonna take another look at some more metal magazines and metal zines. And maybe before I get started, one big regret I have from the past was maybe around 2005. I threw out probably 90% of my metal magazines and metal zines I accumulated up until that point. And I definitely probably don't need that much clutter around the house. I already have enough. But losing some of those still hurts, especially my early Metal Maniacs, but I still got some more around here. So I'm going to start off with this one here. This is called Vatra I Sumpor. And again, this is another one of those zines that seems to have been put together by Nuclear War Now, or at least done in association with them. Just kind of these standalone releases. Another one definitely a touch point of occult all over this. Got Proclamation, a lot of war metal, Satan's Satyrs, a big roundup of a Nuclear War Now fest that happened in Berlin in 2012. Lots of cool artwork. That was a really good one. But this old English font here, I find hard to read sometimes. Okay, not really metal, but here's some somewhat recent issues of Rue Morgue. The 22nd Halloween issue. The 21st Halloween issue with Night of the Living Dead on the cover. And the 23rd Halloween issue. I buy more than just the Halloween issues, but those are the ones I buy for sure. Rue Morgue, definitely the best horror movie, horror in general magazine. They're based out of Toronto. I've been to a couple of their parties over the years. And I can't say anyone that writes for the magazine, past or present, close personal friend of mine, but definitely have a bunch of acquaintances, mutual friends that have done work with the magazine. There's a Gate Creeper on the cover of Decibel. A Bath on the cover of Zero Tolerance. What's that here? Eddie Van Halen on the cover of Rolling Stone. I haven't bought a copy of Rolling Stone in 20 years, but I guess my wife was at the grocery store and was thinking about me, so that's nice. Feed the Beast. This is a zine that I think is based out of Denmark. I can't really find out where it's from, but that's where I bought a couple of these issues. And just something about it makes me think that's where it's from. Definitely Europe, though. Jade, Ahab, some reviews, definitely interesting layouts. You know, I got an article in the middle here that just folds out. Cool stuff like that. And there's a Disaster interview with here. Disaster, the thrash band from Germany. It's at least a two-part interview, and this is one of the editions here. It's a cool magazine. If you can see back that poster I got there, I think I got a Feed the Beast sticker there. That's mostly a lot of stickers and stuff that I got when I was in Europe last year, and just kind of made a little poster out of it. This is a special one. This is... what year is this? Sorry, I'm going to try not to waste your time with looking for years and stuff, but I'd say this is probably 94 or 95. White Zombie on the cover, Metal Maniacs. This is probably my second or third issue I ever bought. Bad Brains, Samael, Trouble, Acid Bath, Hypocrisy. I still have this recollection from when I was like 13, and I kind of left this laying around my aunt and uncle's place when I was staying there, and I saw him kind of looking at that Guar woman article for a second, saying, "What is this kid into?" Many years later, but still kind of old. This is 2005, Metal Maniacs. Deceased, one of my favorite bands there. This is a particularly thick issue of Metal Maniacs for one reason or another. Zero Tolerance with the Devil's Blood. Wolves in the Throne Room. Dark Throne. Hell Thrashing. This is a zine from France or Italy. Who do you have in here though? See some Order from Chaos. Kashmir, great Canadian band. Sacrilege. All kinds of stuff. Definitely focused mostly on old school thrash, but underground European bands mostly. Here's a book called Shrieks from the Abyss. This is apparently a zine, Shrieks from the Abyss, and this is a collection of their first 3 issues in book form. Hooded Menace, Undergang, Hellripper, Conqueror, Witching Hour, Deathhammer. Good stuff. And I like these when I find them, these zines in book form. Easy to keep in good condition. And they're usually pretty cheap too. I think this was like $10. Decibel with Opeth. Decibel with Blood Incantation. Zero Tolerance with 1349. Metal Maniacs with The Haunted. Enslaved on the cover. Forna. I used to like when they would do these in-depth discography breakdowns, just the full lengths and the singles and the EPs and all that stuff. And I keep looking for an example of that column, Apocalyptic Raids, Nathan T. Burke's column where it was mostly war metal and underground black metal. Even if I didn't always buy a ton of that stuff back in the day, that was always my first article I read in every issue. Evolution. This is Dissection on the cover. I think when he first came out of prison. This is 2005. My copy is 29 out of 666 issues. Arcturus, Nattofrost, Blood Red Throne, Watain, Death in June. This is either Swedish or Danish. And I bought this along with a couple other things. How about the next one? Next couple I show as well. I bought those at Extremely Rotten Productions in Copenhagen. This one here. This is Cryptic Propaganda. Mark Riddick interview and artwork. Angel Corpse. Lots of underground names. I also got this Noxious Ruin magazine, Volume 6. And I've showed this one before, but it's just got lots of awesome artwork throughout. Massive interview with Sadistic Execution. Witch's Hammer. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna look at a couple more. Unrestrained. One of my favorite magazines from Canada. Cryptopsy on the cover. Just things like when you're seeing interviews with ISIS around the time of Celestial before they got big. One thing I liked about Unrestrained too is they always seem to, not always, but quite often I'd see a lot of neo-folk in there, and I'm by no means expert on neo-folk, but something I've been getting into and going back and seeing those interviews. It's very informative. Decibel with Batushka. Zero Tolerance with Bloodbath. Another issue of Chips and Beer, the very funny metal magazine. In here there's a pretty in-depth piece on King Diamond, Merciful Fate. You know, cool, humorous illustrations as you go. In a non-zine video one time I brought up a magazine called Metal Rules with a exclamation point. Got nothing to do with the website as far as I can tell. And I had like maybe 3-4 issues back in the day, and I still wish I had those. That magazine was hilarious. And I don't know, if I look hard enough, maybe I'll at least find some PDFs online. But that's long enough. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.